Title: The Jollibee Girl. I've always lived in the slums of Manila. The dirt, the noise, the constant chaos. It's a part of me now. I learned early on that if you don't smile, the world will break you. So, I smiled. I smiled through the hardships, the hunger, and the silence that echoed in the nights. I worked at Jollibee. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady. I was just a girl behind the counter, serving food to people who barely looked up at me. I wasn't special. I knew that, and I didn't want to be. Then, Marco came into my life, and everything changed. It was just another evening, a rush of customers filling up the small fast food restaurant. I'd seen people like him before, men dressed in expensive suits, walking with a sense of entitlement, never pausing to notice the workers around them. But Marco was different. He didn't treat me like I was invisible. From the first time our eyes met, I knew something was different. It started out with little things, small smiles, simple conversations. He would come in every day, sometimes just to order a simple burger, sometimes just to see me. Each time, I felt that strange flutter in my chest. I wasn't used to being noticed like this, especially by someone like him. Then came the moment that changed everything. "Would you like to have coffee with me sometime?" Marco asks me, his voice gentle, like he's unsure whether I'll say yes. I freeze. My mind races, my heart pounding in my ears. This is real. This is happening. I want to say yes. I want to be brave and accept. But my mouth betrays me. I don't think that's a good idea. The words are out before I can stop them. It's the fear speaking, the fear of what might come after. I'm just a girl from the slums. He's from another world. But Marco doesn't back down. He looks at me like I'm the only person in the room. It's just coffee, no strings attached. I just thought, maybe you'd like to talk more. Outside of Jollibee. He says it so casually, like it's nothing, but I feel the weight of those words in my chest. A part of me wants to say yes, but another part, the scared part, wants to run. I turn away, trying to focus on the next customer, but Marco's eyes are still on me. He doesn't seem angry or upset. He just looks at me like he's waiting for me to come around. And then, I give in. "Okay. Tomorrow, after my shift." I say it before I even realize it. I can't believe I said it, but it feels right. Marco smiles, and for the first time, I feel like I might just be more than just the girl behind the counter. The next few weeks are a whirlwind. Marco and I meet for coffee regularly after my shift. We talk about everything: his work, my dreams, the little things that make life bearable. With him, I feel like I'm more than just a girl from the slums. He sees me, really sees me, not for what I am, but for who I am. But it's not all easy. The world we live in is divided by things I can't change. My background, my status. Marco's family. They don't see me the way he does. One evening, after a dinner at Marco's family's house, things get heated. His parents are sitting across from me, their cold stares never wavering. I can feel the judgment in the air, thick and heavy. "Marco," his mother says sharply, her voice cutting through the tension. "What do you think you're doing? She's from the slums. You can't seriously be considering a future with her." I try to stay calm, but her words sting. The way she says slums, like it's a curse, like I'm less than human. Marco doesn't respond at first, his eyes meeting mine with an apologetic look. "Mom, please." Marco's voice is firm, but I can hear the tension in it. He's trying to defend me, trying to stand up for us. But his father joins in, his voice colder than ice. "You're a successful man, Marco. You can't throw your life away on someone like her. You have responsibilities. Do you really think she's the kind of woman who will fit into your world?" I sit there, my hands clenched into fists beneath the table, trying to hold it together. I know this is coming. I've heard it all before. People like me don't belong in his world. I feel a knot form in my throat, but I refuse to let them see me cry. Marco looks back at me, his expression conflicted. He doesn't want to fight with his family, but he also doesn't want to lose me. I love her, he says quietly, and that's all that matters. His words are like a balm to my wounded heart, but I can see the fear in his eyes, the fear that he might have to choose between me and everything he's ever known. But as if things weren't complicated enough, there's someone else, someone who's been a part of my life long before Marco. His name is Daniel. Daniel has been my best friend since childhood. We grew up together in the slums, played in the dirt and rain, shared our dreams of a better life. But Daniel has always seen me differently. For years, he's tried to court me, to make me his, but I never saw him that way. He was my friend, nothing more. But one day, everything changed. He confessed his feelings for me, told me that he wanted me to be with him, that he couldn't bear the thought of me with someone else. It was hard, but I told him the truth. I didn't feel the same way. You don't have to choose him, Lucia, Daniel says, his voice pained. As we sit on the old wooden bench in the park, the same bench we used to sit on as kids. You and we've been through everything together. You know I'm the one who'll never leave you. I feel a pang of guilt, but my heart belongs to Marco now. I'm sorry, Daniel. I can't. I'm with Marco. Daniel's face falls, but he nods, his jaw tight. I just wanted you to know. I've always loved you. The tension between Marco and his family only grows as the days pass. I can see it in the way Marco starts pulling away, his stress eating away at him. I feel the weight of the world on my shoulders. I can't lose him, but I can't stand the thought of him choosing me over his family. One evening, after another painful conversation with his parents, Marco calls me. I don't care about their approval, Lucia. I just care about you. But I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. I know what he means. The pressure is building, and it's starting to crack both of us. I don't want you to choose me over them, I say, my voice breaking. I can't be the reason you lose your family. But Marco doesn't hesitate. He's made up his mind. I'm not losing you, Lucia. You're the one I want. I don't care what they think. And in the end, Marco chooses me. It isn't easy. We fight for our love every day, against the judgment, against the world that tells us we don't belong. But no matter how hard it gets, we fight together. I'll always fight for you, Lucia, Marco says, as he holds me close, his hand resting on my cheek. I smile through the tears, feeling like I'm finally home. We've overcome the impossible. We fought for our love and proved that no matter where we come from, love is the one thing that can't be torn apart. And in the end, love is all that matters. 5 years have passed since that moment, since the days filled with doubt and fear, since the times we fought not just for each other, but for the life we both knew we deserved. The world tried to tear us apart, but here we are, stronger than ever. Marco and I are living peacefully here in the Philippines, in a little house just outside the city. It's not fancy, but it's ours. We've built a life together, and it's one I could have never dreamed of when I was working behind that counter at Jollibee. I don't work in fast food anymore. I gave up my apron and the long hours, trading them for a different kind of work, a job I never expected to love so much. A job as a mother, a wife, and a partner. I'm a happy, content housewife now, raising our 2 beautiful children with Marco by my side. Our kids, Anna and Liam, are the light of our lives. Anna's 6, with her father's deep brown eyes and my stubborn spirit. Liam is 3, a curious little boy who always asks questions and wants to know how things work, just like his dad. They're a handful, but I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. Marco still works hard. but he's different now. We both are. He's more present, more patient. His family, they eventually came around, though it wasn't easy. It took time for them to see that I wasn't just the girl from the slums, but the woman who was worthy of their son's love. In the end, they had no choice but to accept that we were meant to be together. Marco and I may have started with nothing, but we've built everything we have through love, hard work, and determination. And now, when I wake up each day to the sounds of my children laughing and Marco cooking breakfast, I feel at peace. I never imagined this life for myself. Never imagined that one day I'd be here, surrounded by love, with a family that feels like a dream come true. But that's the thing about love. It has a way of making the impossible seem possible. And now, when I look at Marco, my partner, my love, the father of my children, I know that every struggle, every hardship, every tear was worth it. We made it through the storm, and we found our happiness on the other side. This is our happily ever after. And every day, I thank the stars for the love that led me here.